Thank you, my Threeper brothers. I had to stop at Fred Meyer's because I realized I wasn't wearing my Threeper shirt and I just had a regular black t-shirt on and didn't want to look like an Antifa. And I found this shirt on the way here and it says freedom and chill. Woo! I like to do that. I'm lazy. I like to chill a lot. Second event, when we were coming around the corner there, does anybody see the guy with the dog? The one masked Antifa that's running around with the dog? Yeah. Is he still here?
Yeah, he's hiding behind the...
Okay. Hey, guy with the dog, I didn't catch your name, but would you guys...
running away.
Will you guys join me and everybody say, hi, Trouble?
Hi, Trouble!
Okay, Trouble is that cute little dog he's running around with. That's that dog's name. And I know that because when I walked up to that man and asked to pet his dog, he let me do so. Didn't give me weird faces, didn't give me any arguments.
Could you see his face?
I could hear him. I could see his eyes. I come to some of these events, about 50-50. I come with my dogs. Some of you have met my dogs. I went to the, God, what day was the last time that we were up in Portland at the waterfront?
30th.
June 30th, and I brought my dogs with me. And even though I'm a Threeper, and if I'm asked to do security, I will do so, but if I don't, I come gray. Because I don't want the preconceived notions of people walking up to me and thinking they know what I'm about already. So I walked in the background with my dogs for a couple hours. We were doing this, and sometimes I was with them, sometimes I was in the middle of Antifa, sometimes my dogs were playing in the sprinklers. Everybody came up to me and pet my dogs, shook my hand, smiled at me, masks on, masks off, MAGA hats on, anarchy shirts on. Everybody came up and talked to me. Then we walked around here and I seen this prayer tent across the street. So that's number 3 event. I believe in science. So I think I want to make a challenge to all my fellow warriors here. We all want to fight. We all want to stand up for what we believe in. And like I said, and I'll mention again, Rob knows me. I'm pretty sure I can be considered an alpha dog, and I like to fight too. But here's the challenge for today, especially some of you that are going up to Portland. By yourself, throw away all the rhetoric, throw away all the hands up that they say we're Nazis. Hi, I'm going to wave. Everybody take a picture, call me a Nazi. Go up and talk to somebody. Shake their hand by yourself. Just leave the crowd, walk up, go talk to somebody. How many of you guys have 15 and over children? How many of you guys think your children are just plain dumb sometimes?
I do.
I have 6 kids, 5 of them are 17 and older. And God knows there's a lot of times I wanted to hit them with a board in the head. I don't abuse my children. A lot of these Antifa guys are just kids that are still learning their way. When I was 15, 16 years old, I lived in San Diego. I was a surfer, hung out with the punk rock scene. That was back in the middle 80s. Some of you guys remember that. Spiked collars, leather jackets. Couldn't fight a lick, but we thought we were tough. That was in the Reagan days, and everybody around me told me Reagan was evil. Everybody around me told me that somebody say that for me. Being a conservative, capitalism, and all that was evil. A tiny little blonde-haired 15-year-old kid, I believed them. My parents are wrong. Come on, adults, parents, your parents are wrong. My parents told me it was good to be a conservative. Everybody else told me they were wrong. So who did I side with?
Your parents.
Friends.
Everybody that was anti-establishment, all that. I'm going to be a punk rocker. We're going to spray paint things. We're going to dress different than our parents want us to. I was still a kid. It took me a while to grow up. So my favorite saying, I have a lot of liberal friends. I hang out with an eclectic group of people. Rob can attest to that. My favorite saying is, I was a Democrat until I grew up. They are fighting for what they believe in. I don't agree with their methods. Lord knows I stand on the front line when skirmishes happen. But they're doing what they believe in, and they're just people like we are. And sometimes if you take a second to go talk to them, you figure that out in a hurry. Once you put aside who's right, who's wrong, and realize they're just people. Now, like I said, I'm a warrior too, and I'm here and I'll fight with every single one of you. But I'm going to say for this rally, for me, walking up and talking to that man right there and petting his dog was one of the best things that happened this morning. So I challenge you guys, even if you're not going to Portland, during one of these rallies, when there's a bunch of them and a bunch of us, lower your voice for a minute, drop your shoulders, and just walk up and shake somebody's hand. If they want to listen, they want to have a conversation, you trumpet to them. But take a minute. Like I said, these three things, my shirt saying chill, that man talking to me, and seeing a prayer tent across the street. I'm not going to feel right if I go punch somebody in the mouth and then go over to a prayer tent.
You could try and
These
see.
guys love you. Am I wrong on that? I'm sure you guys have at times, but
Forgive me for what I just did.
to me, my Christianity says, try to love people before you try to fight them.
Amen.
So I challenge you guys, even you guys are more hardcore than just about anybody I know. And I respect that, and you know I've stood next to you time after time. Take a second, go say hi to somebody, and let's be the adults that conservatives are supposed to be.
So, I really appreciate someone who can actually articulate something like that, because I don't think anybody, willingly thinks, oh, there's a person who's screaming at me, yelling at me, I'm gonna go up and talk to that person, right? It takes a lot of wherewithal to sit there and do that, and to go out there and have a conversation with someone who might literally think you're the worst person in the world. But if you do sit down and talk to them, maybe, I don't think you're going to convince them to vote for Trump. Probably not. But maybe we can all agree that we don't want to get attacked when we show up in public places, right? So, one thing I like that he mentioned punk rock, I just want to say, and this is really short, punk rock is not dead. It's gone conservative.
Yeah.
And so, we're a counterculture now, right? And so, we wear these gloves because we're ready. We're ready. But that's not why we're here, right? That's not why we're here. We're here to gather peacefully. We wear this stuff because of what's happened in the past, right? But that's not what we're here for. We're here to make Oregon safe again. That's what we're here about. So, once again, thanks to everybody. Does anybody else have anything else that they would